Welcome back everybody. So today in this video I'll talk about 5 heavily shorted stock in this market. And before we get started, please hit that like button. 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, and 3 days of live trading in my Discord, check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it with the first one, SMFL, Smart for Life Inc. And this one trading at $1.67. And as you can see, this thing in top of my list right now. And there is a chance, we might see this thing coming down and filling this gap down here at 95 cents. But, that's not a guarantee. But also, if you look at my screen, so far, just consolidating right here in between $1.42 and right up here $1.68. So what's going to be the breakout on this one? If this thing actually breaks out above $1.88, easily can come up to $2.55 and possibly all the way up here at $3.50. So this thing can definitely double from where it is right now, or at least you can get 40 to 50% profit right here on SMFL. Now, if there is a pullback, you want to watch this support down here, 20-day moving average, $1.42, and that's going to be a critical level. If you're buying here, I would put a stop right here at $1.40, and if this thing breaks below $1.42, you're going to see a drop, like I said, down to this gap, which is at 95 cents, and that's gonna be even a better entry. But I think in next couple of weeks, as long as this thing just consolidates right here and we see some more volume like we did right here, we need volume and some good catalyst, and then we could see this one pumping all the way up to $3.50, and who knows, maybe even up to $5.60 like it did before. The next one on the list is Riley Financial Inc. And if you look at this one here, guys, there is definitely ton more upside than downside. So far, this thing you can see right here wedging. And whenever you see a pattern like this, something is wedging right here, that means one thing, this thing can break out. And as soon as we get that breakout, and that would be going above 25.57. If that happens, it's not too far away from 25.57. You're going to see explosive move all the way up to right here around $35. And who knows, if you're lucky, this thing can come up all the way up to this gap, 44.38. And that is a huge upside, almost 100%. Now to the downside, all you have to do, if you're buying here, put a stop, I would say at $21. Because below 21.55, 20-day moving average, and this bottom of this channel right here, this thing can drop all the way down to 19 bucks to this lower Bollinger Band, and who knows, maybe even down to that previous low, 16.65. So this one here, definitely I like it. It's wedging right here. All we need is that breakout above 25.57, and then this thing can pump up all the way up to 35 to even 44.38 to fill that gap on top, and that's gonna be a massive upside right here on Riley Financial Inc. And here's another one, and that is FSR Fisker. Now I traded Fisker before when this thing was trading at $8-9. I made money on it, and now, I mean, this is just insane, next level. This thing getting shorted down to death, down to $1.98. And this is also a company that is producing cars. But look at this, guys. You can get this for only $1. Low risk, high reward. This thing can easily get up to $1.70 to even $2. And that is 100% return. But always, you know that this is not an Apple stock. This is not Microsoft, Meta. It's a penny stock. So risk is there, but also you got to think that you're only risking a small amount of money to make 100%. Worst case scenario, you will lose some money, or you can easily get out from Fisker. So definitely do your own research. But I like this one because it's actually trading at $1, and I'm thinking about buying some shares early as Tuesday morning when the market opens. So here on Fisker, this is gonna be key level to watch. If you're buying at $1, I would put a stop maybe at 80 cents, and that is it. And if this thing pushes higher and can break 20-day moving average, that's gonna be a breakout. $1.41 right here. You're going to see explosive move all the way up to $1.70, and above $1.70, this thing can get up to even $2.15 to retest 50-day moving average. And if you're lucky, there is some more volume on it, and this thing gets a massive short squeeze. Watch out for a move all the way up to $3.74 to close this gap on top. And as a matter of fact, there is another gap right here on top, just above $6. So this one, I like it. It's only at $1, and I think I'm going to purchase some shares going into Tuesday on Fisker. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow, and I do post a lot of things right here on X. Now also, if you want to support the channel, and especially last week, it was a great week. I was sick before. I came back and hitting everything out of the park, and look at this play, and this is from Friday. IWM, you can see 196, 197. This is where you short. Guess what? 195 puts going in the money. IWM came all the way down to 192. That was a massive trade right here. Look at this one here, guys. Tesla. It was down to 219 right at opening 9:30. Guess what happened? This thing exploded within minutes. 225, and the Lotos, same day expiration on Friday, went through the roof. Here's another one. JPM, you can see this thing 175, 176 short, put strike 170, and I think we closed at 169, came down to 168. So another massive play, and all these plays went over 100 to 200%, depending on where you got out. So if you want to support the channel, get all my trade ideas in 3 days of live trading, definitely it's worth every penny. And if you go for annual membership, you get 10% off and 1 month free. Check that out, and that link will be down below in the description. And the next one, fourth one on the list, UPST, Upstart Holdings. And this one here, I traded so many times. I actually bought the dip right here with the earnings right here at 22, and then sold way before this massive move up to 48. And now I'm thinking about buying some shares, but maybe down here close to 30. And if this thing actually dumps down to this gap around 22 at some point, this is gonna be a great opportunity to go and buy UPST and go long here on the stock. And you can see, I mean, this thing doubled easily. Got up to almost $50. So that was a massive move. And now it's pulling back. It was down on Friday 3.85%, and looks like this is going to be the level to watch going into Tuesday, 30. And below 30, this thing can dump possibly down to 26 to even down to this gap 21.95 at some point. So if you're buying, I would say buy slowly because there is a gap down here, and if this thing breaks below 30, you can buy more shares down here when this thing comes down to close this gap at 21.95. Now to the upside, UPST can hold 30, then watch out for a move early as Tuesday back up to the upside up to 34.23, and you can see high for the day at 34.49, getting rejection from this 5-day moving average. So he needs to get above right here 34.23, and only if that happens, you're going to see a quick trip all the way up to this gap. So there is going to be ton more upside. As soon as this thing breaks above 34.23, you're going to see a move up to 38.34 to close this gap, and that is enough money right here on UPST if we get that move up to this gap 38.34. and definitely above this level 38.80. After filling this gap, there is going to be more upside, possibly coming back up to $48 to $50 again. And the last one on the list, Carvana, which was down 7% on Friday. And this is another clean example why actually I'm making this video on shorted stocks. Now this one here, guys, we all know, and you can go back to my channel. I bought it right here back in last year, beginning of last year, under $7. We saw a massive pop. I actually sold my shares, and then this thing came down. I actually bought back again and sold before the earnings right here. Now I made money, I'm not gonna lie, but if I was holding, this is where a shorted name, stocks that are shorted heavily in the market, they can go up a ton. And look at this move. One time I got it under $7. The second time I got it around 7. And look at this move, 62.59. That was the move, the top. And now it's pulling back. So I'm not going to actually go and pull the trigger on Carvana here. There could be a little bit more downside, but a lot of you guys are requesting, so I'm covering Carvana. And also to give you an example how these shorted stocks actually can go up and make you lots of money as long as you have some patience and some extra money sitting on the side. So now here on this one, 42 is going to be the level to watch on a pullback, and so far it's holding. But if that gives up, then watch out down here, 40.77, 50-day moving average, and then this gap down here close to 36 to the upside. And you can see rejection from 46 on Friday, high for the day 46.73. So it needs to get above 46, and only if that happens, this downtrend will break and you're going to see a move up to 49 to 51 20-day moving average, and possibly up to this gap 52.44. So there is still money to be made on Carvana. You just got to manage your risk. If you're buying right here, you got to put a stop around 40 and just let it go. And if this thing pops, you're going to make money. This thing can possibly go up to 51 to even 52.44 to close that gap on top. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated.